Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast,
where things will be misquoted
and opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked and probably loaded.
Hey guys, welcome to Locked and Probably Loaded with DJ and Kelly. I'm your host, DJ Qualls, and I'm here with Kelly Blackheart. Hey, Kellizzle, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. Before we get into this, I would like to thank Jack Hackett for doing our theme song. I love it. I've played it for a lot of people, and they love it too. Let us know what you think, unless it's awful, in which case, keep it to yourself.
Oh, so Jack, when we first decided to do this, I was like, hey, does the Doohickeys want to do our theme song? So the Doohickeys is Jack's band
I didn't know
with his
that.
friend Haley, yeah. And they created their band like as a joke. Their first song was I Wish My Truck Was Bigger. It was kind of like a parody of country music. And then they realized, wait, we're actually kind of good. And now they play shows all the time. They played the Ryman. They played the Bluebird Cafe.
There was the Bluebird.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm from Nashville.
They're really fucking good.
I know those venues well. I did not know that. That's really cool, Jack.
Yeah. So Jack's crushing it. And if you want to date Jack, also Jack is single. So if you're,
that's right.
If you're in LA and you have any interest in a guy he was a comedian for a while. He's a producer, director, musician.
And he also does. I know for a fact that he doesn't snore because the first time I ever did mushrooms, I slept in the same room as him. I did.
That actually is valuable information.
I went to a bachelor party in Joshua Tree in the desert here in California, and he was my roommate.
He's a really fucking good friend.
I love him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's great.
I after trivia on Sunday night, I was a little tipsy, and I had to talk to him about something, so I called him. But then at the end of it, I was like, Jack, I just want to say, like, you're a really fucking good friend. Like, you always show up for people. Like, you are somebody that we value so much. He's probably like, shut the hell up.
He really is.
It was
cool.
really awkward.
He does remind me a little bit of a virgin, but I know he's not.
He's not.
I know,
but he's not a whore either.
Oh, that's the whore's not a bad thing.
I know, like a man whore.
All right.
A fuck boy.
I do kind of like a man whore, though. So, awkward transition. Let's talk about the aftermath of the episode, our last episode, where we did edibles. Mm-hmm. I said I because I took them. So weed is not my jam. We talked that Kelly is the kind of person that can get high and go about her day. Is that right, Kelly?
Correct.
Yeah, tell us all about it another time. Weed does not work for me. I told a story once where I thought I was a silent film star reincarnated, and I really did. And I can laugh about it now, but it scared the hell out of me. So we did an episode. We did 2 in the same day, right? Mm-hmm. And did we take weed on the second one?
Yeah.
We take weed.
You're so current.
Oh my God, makes me feel 1,000. Anyway, so we took the edibles, but sitting around waiting for the edibles to kick in. And I know you're not supposed to do this, but I took more than I should. I've only ever taken out of a 5 milligram, done, maybe 2.5 milligrams. So you're like, just take the whole 5. So I did, and then it didn't work. So then I bit off what I thought was 2 and had it in my mouth for a while. And then I was like, this is going to freak me out. And then I spit it out. But then 10 minutes later, I took another 2.
I didn't realize you were having this much internal turmoil over what was going on.
I'm complicated. We shot, we got through it. I don't know how dumb it was, but I got through it and was feeling pretty good. And then I got home and it all hit me. And so I sat there and started getting really paranoid about earthquakes and dying and all of this negative shit. And so I set a timer. I was surviving on 20-minute timers.
Was it just as long as I get through this next one, I'll be okay?
I can get through these 20 minutes. I couldn't focus on television. Yeah, I couldn't get my mind off of it. It's not, I didn't think I was somebody else, but I didn't like the person I was.
But then we went to trivia that night and we had our best performance in a lot. We won by 30 points.
Was that the night we won?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe weed is good for me.
We won by a lot.
No, I thought we lost.
No.
I thought that was the night there were only 4 teams there and we lost by a landslide.
We killed it.
We came in, okay. Maybe I'll reevaluate. I won't. See, that's the other thing. That's the other thing about any sort of drug use is that if it doesn't work for you and then you do it again, it never has been a thing for me. Like once every 5 years, I'll think that I can hit a joint after I've had some booze and I get the spins every single time.
Yeah.
It's really not good for me. And I would like you to remind me of this the next time. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I've never asked you to take weed because you told like that's
you haven't.
That's the
but
thing.
you make
with
it
me.
look so glamorous.
Do I? I have it all together, don't I? That is me with drugs though. It's like mushrooms I love. I think they've been so good for my mental health and like me feeling connected to something that's a little bit bigger, but I also will never try to push somebody to try them because I know that
Like you wouldn't put them in my drink.
No, of course not. Roofies were terrible. I don't suggest doing those for fun.
I've gotten roofied. Have you gotten roofied?
Yeah, twice.
Okay, you go first. Because here's the thing, I deserved mine. I literally verbally asked for it out loud.
Oh, why don't you tell me your experience first?
Mine isn't.
That one sounds more fun than mine.
Mine isn't sad. It's just dumb. So I was shooting a TV show in Spokane, Washington. We were there for like 5 years. And we just got into town. It was Z Nation. We just got into town, and I was out with the crew, and there's this diner called Satellite. I think it's called Satellite Lounge or Satellite. No, it's Satellite Diner on one side and Satellite Lounge on the other side. Love this place. It wound up being my go-to place when I was in Spokane. Hey, guys at Satellite, I love you. So we walked in, and I have this tendency when I'm with people I don't know to want to come off as a really good time Charlie and more gregarious than I am. I'm a fun guy, right? And so I remember I walked in saying, I think it would be kind of flattering if somebody wanted to roof me. They like me so much they want to render me unconscious. Ha, 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 ha. 9 hours later, I wake up. I'm not fucking around. I wake up in my hotel room. I was staying at the Davenport Hotel, and I am propped up on pillows, and I had puked all down my front. My leather jacket and my flat cap that I was wearing were missing. Couldn't find them anywhere. And so somebody heard me say that and put something in my drink, and it was literally one drink, lights out. And so then, and I'm like, and then I did a search if anything that was taken, and I was like, yeah, my jacket and my flat cap aren't here. And so I put an ad in Craigslist Missed Connections. I was like, hey, I was out with you on Friday night. I was too drunk to be out, not blaming them for anything, because I wanted this flat cap because it belonged to my grandfather. Mm-hmm. And I wore it a lot. And I was like, but I think I left my cap in your car. And the next time I checked in the hotel, it was there for me.
Oh,
yeah,
well, that's good.
So the guys that roofied me were nice. But yeah, so I mean, obviously it was done to me, but it was hubris. I tempted the universe to do it, and it did, and it showed me something, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, no,
it really wasn't great.
It's one of my times was in my holy trinity of trauma. So I won't go into that story. It's a little early, I think, for people to hear that. But one of the other times I had like just stopped at a bar for a drink with my roommate. Like I think I had just come from the gym or something. This guy offers to buy us drinks. Goes and gets them, which I know that's stupid, but it was also kind of like our local bar. I wasn't really thinking anything of it because it's like a Wednesday fucking night,
yeah,
and I'm in sweats, and I'm like, how hard could this person really be trying to do anything? So he brings it back. I ordered like a vodka soda. Does it? I don't taste any vodka, and I was like, there's no vodka in this. And so he's like, oh, okay, I'll go tell the bartender I'll get another one. He comes back. I don't drink the second one, but the first one I'd only had a couple of sips of because I was trying to see if there was alcohol in there. And I told my roommate, I'm like, if this guy tries to drag me out by my ponytail, like, just know that we have a problem here. Hour and a half later, I'm home puking my guts out. I threw up for 18 hours. But
you got away from
straight.
him?
Yeah. The other one, not
you
so
didn't
lucky.
Get away from him.
Not so lucky.
I'm sorry, Kelly.
No, that's okay.
It really sucks. People suck.
Yeah.
I mean, there was an episode of, Kelly and I are both giant reality TV fans.
Yeah.
She goes a little deeper than I do. Like, I'm more of like a Housewives. There's an Australian show called The Block. They force people, I don't know if I talked about this. Have I talked about this on the show?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, they force you to move into a derelict building and renovate it. It's kind of like a masochist dream. And I like that kind of stuff. I love reality competition shows. Like, I love The Amazing Race and things that are not mean-spirited. But like What are the other ones? Like there were dating ones I don't watch.
Yeah, you don't watch a lot of dating, and you don't watch anything where normal people are working a job and they have interpersonal drama.
Like what's that?
Vanderpump Rules
Oh,
or
yeah.
like
Because
anything like that.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't like
it.
catty people in
I
their
don't
20s
like
and 30s.
catty. I don't like catty people. Anything that like I had to stop watching American Idol when like early on when they realized if people were bad but thought they were really good, they could show that and bring in ratings for clowning people. It really bothered me, so I couldn't like William Hung. I think that was that his name?
Yeah, he went to my college.
Yeah,
I used to
he
see him
did?
on campus. Yeah.
Well, it made him famous, right?
Yeah.
But also being famous for being the butt of someone's joke, I think is pretty. I hope he's not listening to this and think maybe he. What if he doesn't?
Maybe you just revealed to him that he
I'm
was
sorry,
the butt of the
buddy.
joke. No, I mean, he is somebody who really leaned into it and
Yeah.
didn't let that take him down and made. I don't know what he's up to now, but he was able to have more longevity from that, whereas somebody else who let that bury them, they would have been that moment. But he did
But the
he
lure,
became famous for
but
a while.
I know,
like,
but the
real
lure
famous.
of, but it's that kind of fame.
Yeah.
It's like you could probably appear at a bar for $25,000 in Arizona for like 2 years. But I think that messes you up more after the fact.
Yeah.
And also just the fact that you got famous for people crapping on you.
Yeah. Now it's gotten to the point where you can tell, like, of course, with anything as it progresses, it's like now that we've got social media and people can become famous and do those club appearances and all that stuff, they're more willing to be a villain on TV than maybe
and
would have
also
before.
cringe stuff. Like
Yeah.
but they're sort of participating in the dialogue of it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's when producers are like, oh my God, these people. I mean, I think that's a big fundamental thing of reality casting is that. Like on Survivor, they get people who think they're really good at stuff who are not really good at those
Yeah.
things.
It's
And that's a big part of it. And like my friend was a producer on Naked and Afraid. And
I watched that show. I can't imagine ever thinking that would be fun though.
They make them go outside.
I know. Like even with clothes on
I know.
and the supplies, I don't want to be out there.
Yeah.
And so I watched that show just in awe, being like, I mean, that's really how you know that we are all perfect little snowflakes, because that gene did not hit me.
No.
At all.
I mean, today I was washing clothes and realized that the socks and underwear and t-shirt that I was wearing were just going to be dirty. Like I would have bread. So I'm like, I should just throw these in there. I'm standing in front of my washer, buck naked.
I do that all the
throwing things in
time.
there, and I felt naked and afraid, like just in my living room. Like nobody was coming in there, but I was like, this is very uncomfortable. I'm an ever nude.
That is true. Yeah, I do that too. When
Like,
I'm
people
standing there,
literally-
I'm like, oh, but then I would have to do a whole nother load for these clothes.
Like people who I have known for years will see me in a short sleeve shirt. Like I've never seen your arms before.
Yeah,
I wear this to the beach.
it is true. You always,
have a
every
uniform.
time I pick you up for anything, you go, is it cold? As if that's going to change what you're wearing whatsoever. You always come with multiple layers, like a flannel button up, a sweatshirt over that, plus like a bomber or some other jacket.
I have 8 pairs of these pants. 8 pairs.
but every time without fail. Is it cold out?
Yeah. I never realized I did that. I mean, I know I do that, but I didn't realize the psychology of like it's going to be the same outfit
Yeah.
anyway.
It has never changed. I've never seen you
What
in a
you
t-shirt.
don't know is I'm debating whether or not I should wear thermals.
Oh, right. The long johns. We got to break them out.
In Los
I'm like, oh,
Angeles.
it's 72. You're like, all right, here, I've got to put them on.
Yeah, I do like a uniform. I really do. I do have a couple of nice pieces. I will invest in like coats.
Yeah.
I think it's good to have nice coats and jackets.
Yeah. I mean, I wear primarily all black. It takes all of the frustration, not all of the frustration, but a lot of the frustration of like getting myself to leave the house out
Yeah.
of the equation, because I don't have to think about fashion or like what I
I
look
could
like.
not imagine the trap of being the kind of person that tries on fucking 12
Yeah.
things before they leave.
Yeah.
First of all, I feel, especially when I'm hanging out with a female friend, I'm like, I'm not having sex with you. I'm not in a romantic relationship with you. And 90% of my time with you is spent with my shoes on waiting by the door.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm very fast to get ready, and it's just you put the uniform on, and you already know how things look on you. It's not about arranging the right outfit. I mean, every once in a while you go to an event though that you have to wear something that feels so out of character, and that's tough. I feel like I'm such an imposter.
So those things I don't mind because I don't feel like when I have to do like the carpet or something like that, I don't feel like it's me. I feel like I'm playing.
I just meant like going to some place that wasn't a Chili's. Sorry, I do realize you meant red carpet.
Oh
yeah,
my God,
I
I'm an
understand how you
asshole.
would have gone there. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no wonder I was bullied in high school. I was an asshole. Even then, I was a subconscious asshole. I thought for some reason, see, that also shows you what like experience and context is, right? Like how you contextualize things based on your own experience. I really thought you were talking about going to like.
Yeah, well, all the times I go to the red carpet events and I feel like an imposter. I am an imposter at those ones. I have broken in and they can tell. I'm 6'2". I'm just like, I'm supposed to be here. Yeah, no, I mean, but to be fair, I was just saying that to tease you. But you are not a person that like seeks out anything fancy in your like social life, right? Like you're not going out to like super nice lounges or doing any of that stuff. So
I mean, the thing is, I've done that, but I do have like my friend Abdul. His whole like social experience are hotel bars. So if there is a $30 cocktail anywhere within the tri-state area, he knows.
Yeah.
He it's like he's like a homing pigeon to it. I'll do that stuff, but I like a place where my shoes stick to the floor. Like I feel at home in those places. I like talking to people. And I feel like I get more of that experience in a local, like even when I go to Vegas, I really don't even go to gamble on the strip anymore. I go to like little neighborhood bars. I mean, you can gamble at a gas station.
I mean, we when we went to Hawaii, we accidentally stumbled upon a dive bar that became our home
The
for the
Honolulu
next
Tavern.
4 days.
See, so I've worked in Hawaii so many times. Like I was on Lost, Breaking Bad, and I mean, not Breaking Bad wasn't there. Lost and Hawaii Five-0. It's in the title. And so when you go there either as a tourist or to work, that whole island, I mean, that whole state is just tourist. So people that live there, they don't make time for you. They don't want you in their local spots. Go to Waikiki, stay on the strip, and stay away from us. You went to get a tattoo, and the only bathroom
Was at the bar next door.
at the bar next door that was almost like in an apartment building. It was like through the gates of an apartment. Or, no, there was an apartment.
It was like an office building type.
So we went in there, and people weren't immediately friendly to us. And then we met, was it Vivian? Was that her name?
Now you're gonna put me
We're
on the
terrible
spot.
people.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we really we loved it, and so we went there every night. We were in Honolulu.
Yeah.
And I've become friends with people.
I've got people on social media. I mean, we met some friends there, and one of them works for a company called Beatbox, which is a really good, delicious party drink.
I've never had them.
They're great, but dangerous. So you gotta. They taste
don't
so
feel
good
like
that
they're
you're
alcohol?
like, oh shit, yeah. So, but they are going to be sending us some stuff that we can try
Guys,
on
send
air.
us some of that stuff, and we will drink it on air instead of advertising for whatever brand this is.
I thought you were allergic to shellfish.
Okay, so what does it say? Oh yeah, I actually am allergic to shellfish. She's making a joke because we're drinking White Claws. But I got. Was that with you the other night when I woke up the next morning and my eye was swollen shut?
Yeah, but you texted. Yeah, you texted me.
Yeah, so I'm allergic to
about it.
shellfish, and every now and then somebody will like have shrimp or there'll be cross contamination or something, and I'll wake up and it just makes my face swell and itch. So I woke up the other day. The only thing I can liken it to, and our male listeners may know this, I came in my eye once, and it
Story time, please.
was one of the most painful things I've ever had to endure. It was so bad I couldn't get my contact out, and my eye swelled up great big, and it's now only second to shellfish.
Yeah, now you know why women don't want men to come on their face too.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Men, be aware of that.
Your aim was off, or what?
I don't know.
You know,
I mean, I was in the moment. I live in the moment, and things just get out of control. I was by
It's control
myself.
sometimes.
I was by myself, so at least I mean, At least it didn't happen in front of somebody.
Yeah, that would
but
be
it's one of those things that was so. Oh, so here's the thing. I had an audition that day with the Wayans brothers. And tried
Should've at least let one of them
and
come
tried
in
to
your eye.
cancel it. It was for this movie called Little Something. It probably wouldn't be made now, but there's like
Was he holding one of them in like the
yeah,
baby Bjorn?
yeah.
think
I
of-
can't remember what it was called.
gonna look it up.
But I auditioned for that.
Were you going to be in the Bjorn?
No, it was Little Man. It was called Little Man. I auditioned for that, and I don't remember what part it was. Well, it wasn't for one of the Wayans brothers' parts. But anyway, Marlon, I auditioned for Marlon, and I tried to cancel the audition, and I went in, and one of my eyes was red and great big. Yeah.
And did he ask?
I volunteered it, but I didn't say what happened.
Oh.
I said that I had an allergic reaction to my own semen.
That wasn't. I mean, it wasn't completely right.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't an allergic reaction, but you know.
It was highly embarrassing and traumatic. Once something like that happens to you, like even watching porn, I flinch. It's
so realistic.
Yes, yeah. Something very hard to get away from, and it's embarrassing. You know, I tell all these embarrassing stories about myself because I'm hoping one day they don't come to me in moments when I get re-embarrassed for myself when I'm by myself. There's nothing worse than being by yourself and being embarrassed about something you did or said. Like I'm still embarrassed about shit I said in high school.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that if I talk about this enough, that it will take the embarrassment out of it,
Desensitize
but
it.
it's not working.
You still feel embarrassed?
Yeah, I'm still
I mean, but I
embarrassed
feel
by
like
it.
that's probably a pretty. Isaac, have you ever done it?
I came in my mouth once.
Oh wow.
Did your mouth swell up?
He came in his mouth once.
No, it's actually the closer in my stand-up.
Oh,
Is it really?
Yeah, it's my last 2 minutes. I talk
All right,
about
you
how
guys
I
have to go
came in
see
my
him on the
mouth.
road then.
The last 2 minutes. I want to see your last 2 minutes.
I think you
of
need
your
some-
show.
Wait, you come in your own mouth in your last 2 minutes of your stand-up show?
Yes,
You
live.
should do the example.
What?
He should do it on stage so people know what he's talking about.
Oh, I acted out.
Of course you
I
do.
bet you do.
Leave them wanting less. That's all of our motto, and that's what you're getting today. So Kelly, now this is a new segment that I'm going to introduce. We may never do it again, but it's called "I Have a Bone to Pick with You."
Okay.
So we were joking today, but I do notice Kelly's gotten this thing where on her social medias, or social media accounts, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Social media.
However you want.
That whenever a celebrity contacts you, you post it, and you join the ranks of every person I'm close to in my whole life. They're so bored with my shit that nothing I do is sparkly or celebrity like anymore.
Well, here's I think where you're mixing this up. When Nigerian men are impersonating celebrities in my DMs, I post those conversations. However, I do post our text conversations all the time. I just don't tag you in them.
Here's the thing. I didn't realize that's what you were doing until the second one. The first one, I thought it was Keith Urban. Because I didn't do a deep dive into it. I just saw the post and I was like, that's so interesting. Out of all the people in the world that would... First of all, it was weird.
Should we read the post? Do you want to be Keith Urban? I'll be me?
I was like, that you would be that excited. But then I started thinking, I was like, it's interesting. People are so used to me that nothing I've done is good enough anymore. Like, for example, when I first started acting, like a month into it, my dad was like, well, that was a real small part you played in that thing. I'm like, Dad, do you know how hard this is?
Right,
Like
yeah.
everybody now works for Entertainment Weekly in my life,
Yeah.
basically. They all have an opinion about something I do. So it reminded, here before we do this, this is what it made me feel like. Can we pull up that clip?
Yes.
This is what it made me feel like. It could best be expressed by 1981's.
I already didn't trust. If DJ sent you a clip, I already fucking know
1981's
what
Mommy
this is.
Dearest. Here it goes.
Why can't you treat me the way I would be treated by any stranger on the street? Because I am not one of your fans!
You never loved me.
I really thought it was going to be the other clip, but
I feel like I could explode in front of people, and they'll be like, "Well, anyway, people who are near me are so bored with my shit."
No, I post your text. You might be the fun, like, our text conversations are the funniest things I have on my phone, and it's usually not because I'm usually just laughing at the ridiculous shit that you've texted me. I mean, you tried to give me advice last week about getting my garage door repaired.
Oh, that was
and try to
right.
fucking set me up.
Yeah, what did I say? It was ask about the chain
Yeah,
flange.
he like goes into this full fucking text that's like, wait, I'll just fucking read that because that. Luckily, I know you well enough at this point.
It's so disappointing because I love fucking with people. Like, I am a troll, but not.
You are such
like,
a troll.
I love making, like, if you text me, I will sometimes text, who is this? I think we talked about this. I'll say, who is this? And then people are like, John. I'm like, John, I've been talking to you for 3 hours on this text. Don't fall for that. or I'll text back, Sprint error, or T-Mobile error 182-Q. This
Yeah, you're
recipient.
an asshole.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so I tell him I'll be waiting for the garage guy to show up because they were kind of giving me the runaround for a couple of days. And he says, ask about the chain flange. And I said, I will be sure to. Then he'll know I can't be messed with. And you said, haha. And then, oh, wait, no, that was after that conversation.
Yeah, because I started out trying to sell it to you.
Yeah, you did. And I didn't fall for it. I was like, wait, I sound dumb in this conversation. Where the fuck?
I was like,
we text too much.
I was
honestly.
like, this has happened to me many, many times. It happens all the time. I live in a loft, and our garage door goes south all the
Oh
time.
yeah, so he said, what was wrong with it? Our garage door fucks up all the time. I said they replaced all these things, and you said it also could be the chain flange. That costs like $100 to fix. Ask him to look at that. And I said I'd rather pay $0. And you said copy that. But if they try to fuck with you, safe chain flange. That is hands down the number one thing that keeps a garage door from opening. It's very common and an easy fix. And I said feels like you're trying to get me to say something not real, so they make fun of me. But I'm in. And you said ha 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 ha. God damn it.
See, here's the thing. Now
Unqualified advice.
Now I realize I need to have the neighbors come over and proofread these texts before I send them because I oversold that.
Yeah, I mean, it did feel like a
There was a
topic that
lot
was
of
so
words.
fucking out of your
There was-
wheelhouse, especially because I have a regular garage door and you're talking about like a gated
An
garage. I was like,
industrial
there were a lot of things.
But hands down, the number one thing, it happens all the time. It's very common. It's very inexpensive.
like, since when do you know my
But
garage doors?
but people do repair people. Like we were talking about this. You feel embarrassed also when they come over and charge you an exorbitant amount of money and then it breaks again. Like you want to accuse them of not doing something, but I always feel embarrassed. A man came into my house once. The only thing that I absolutely cannot live without is an ice maker. Like anything else. Well, I need a house, but like
what about all the porcelain plates?
ice. I could do without the porcelain. I am a stereotype, though. I was up until 5 o'clock in the morning bidding on some porcelain in Paris that I did not get. I'm going to look pretty stupid as an old gay man without all that stuff around me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about?
So now let's go into our Keith Urban conversation.
Oh, yeah.
He'll put it on the screen so you can see.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought this was real for some reason.
Yeah, because
I didn't notice that he only had 9 followers.
and the fact that he reached out to me spelled beautiful wrong. Okay, so you be Keith.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You've been on podcasts and stuff. People listen to things.
Yeah, Keith's a fan.
Probably
of
not
mine.
to us,
Yeah.
but they listen to some of it.
I'm explicitly popular with the country music loving crowd.
I don't know.
All right, you be Keith.
Okay, hold on. Wait. I see Justin Martindale there.
No, those are the comments. Don't read the comments.
Oh,
read the black.
Oh, right. Am I black or blue?
How fucking old are you?
It's not that. It's less that I'm old and more that I don't care.
Oh, right.
Okay. Hello, beautiful. No. Hello. Wait, how do you do an Australian accent? Hold on. Because I watch a show. Get out of here. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
now
That's
I'm here. Hello, beautiful. No, that's British. Hello, beautiful.
I said, wow, hey, Keith Urban, country singer.
Yeah, how are you?
You're almost making it sound more believable if you read this, especially how it's written out.
I feel like a Nigerian doing.
No, you don't have to do it in a Nigerian accent. But I said, I'm great because Keith Urban, the country singer, DM'd me. I would think you were too busy to reach out to regular folks like me, Kelly, not a country singer.
Oh, it's fine. To be sincere, which which of Keith Urban songs made you a huge fan? Oh, so he's already admitted he's not Keith Urban?
No, he's just speaking in third person,
But
as
he's
Keith
talking about
Urban would do.
Okay, I got confused there.
So I said, honestly, I don't know any of your music, Keith Urban, country singer. However, I do love the monologue Nicole Kidman gives at AMC before a movie, so I'd say that's my favorite thing about you.
You. Honestly, I don't...
He's responding to that.
Okay.
To that.
Well, that's nice, N-I-S-E.
He said, wow, that nice.
So I will love to know more about you. So I will love to know more about you. What country are you from? Hello. Okay. Hello. Okay. I see you're not stable online. You can send me your Google name so we can chat there. Okay, love. Okay, love.
And I said,
Be honest.
wait, where am I now?
To be honest.
I said, to be honest, Keith Urban, country singer, I'm not really stable anywhere.
Oh, okay, send me your email, okay? We can talk better there, okay?
No, that's okay. I wouldn't want to waste your time with my instability. You have songs to write about trucks and girls, probably.
Okay, you don't bother about that. I'm free this week. Hello, little darling. You don't have to worry your pretty head about that. And why will such a beautiful lady like you waste my time? Just send in your email. Let's talk, okay? Send it. I'm waiting. Upside down smiley face. What does that mean? Upside down smiley face.
I don't know.
Oh, he's from Australia.
Wow. Maybe this is Keith Urban. Holy shit. I said, a little pushy, Keith. Also, what does Nicole have to say about you messaging women? I'm scared of her.
Why scared? She knows nothing about this account. It's my private account, dear. So don't be scared. Okay, just send in the email. I'm ready to message you, my dear.
He did spell it massage. And so I said, oh, I do need a massage. I pulled a muscle in a baby tossing competition. It's not what it sounds like, but it's just an event where you see how far you can toss a baby.
Okay. Well, I want you to know before we can continue this conversation, you'll have to promise me it's just between us. It's because of Nicole Kidman, isn't it?
Yeah, she's scary.
Who knows what the public might say or he's really trying to sell this to you. Who knows what the public might say or the paparazzi making up stories and watching my life. I just want to live a simple life.
The paparazzi is always making up stories. Was that recent one about you true?
Kelly, how long did you spend on this?
A long time.
Really, but true, TRU.
Yeah, no.
So now, yeah, so that's how we say no in the
Nah.
South. So now, are you now? So now are you willing to send the email? Let's continue from there. He really wants your email. You should have
Yeah.
given him mine.
Oh, that's true. I should have.
That's what I would have done to you.
I know. I'm just nicer than you are. I said, wait, so you did kill John F. Kennedy? I totally thought they made that up. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. I'm no longer allowed to send emails because Google deemed me a threat after I sent 9,142 messages to Dr. Oz. Sorry, sad face.
What? No, I don't think at all along that side, dear.
So that's him responding to me saying, wait, you, because he said the rumor, he said not really, but
Yeah.
true. And then he's responding, wait a second, no, I didn't kill John F. Kennedy.
So what? No, I don't think all along that side, dear. That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Well,
what he
he
said.
is from
It's not just
Australia.
my reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. upside down, smiley face. Okay, and then so I said that, and he says, "Okay, if I send mine, can you massage me?"
And I said, no, they literally took away my ability to email. The CIA had to get involved, which is crazy because don't you have better things to do? Maybe since you're a famous country singer, you could reach out to the CIA for me and let them know I was joking about what I said I'd do to Dr. Oz. Our country's motto is literally, in Keith Urban we trust, so I think it could work. Parentheses, by the way, between you and me, I was not joking about the Dr. Oz stuff, but they don't need to know that. He did continue messaging me, but this is all I posted.
Is Keith? Does the account still open?
Excuse me?
Is Keith Urban's account still open?
Yeah, I mean, but anybody can put any name that they want. It's like, this is probably Keith Urban 922187.
Yeah,
you know?
somebody on Twitter once was for my last name did 2 capital I's for the L's. So I know you can do that, but I mean, is this particular account still open? Was it?
Oh,
did you
yeah,
report
no,
it?
they're still open. No, I didn't report
What-
it. That's my
What
boo.
if somebody falls for that?
That's my man. As a good man, Savannah.
Well, here's the thing. We've learned 2 things. I don't know a lot about social media, and 2 things. You have.
Are you
to-
worried that you might fall for this scam? You really thought that was Keith Urban?
Well, here's the thing. I probably. Oh, that's
That's
a
not
different
it.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
That's Instagram. This was on TikTok.
Also, I looked at this early in the morning. I rolled over. I read the news every day before I get out of bed. But the news is so damn depressing sometimes. Like, although sometimes it's highly entertaining and informational, and sometimes, like, did you read that in Alabama now that frozen embryos are considered children?
yes.
So we could move there, freeze a bunch of your embryos, or we could make some embryos together, and then get child tax credits on them. And you don't have to hire. So
You
we could
don't
be
think that
parents.
they're going to.
We could be parents without having to hire a babysitter. We just found out that you really can't take a baby to a bar. I didn't know that you couldn't do that in the daytime. We tried to take we wanted to take her infant nephew to a bar.
Yeah.
We did.
And it's not like he was going to drink a lot.
No, but here's
got
the
a
thing.
low tolerance.
We did
He's
want
4
to for the
months.
Super Bowl. We wanted to take our friend Cam owns a bar, and you did text her. That's a real thing. I did not. I don't know a lot about children.
Yeah, I think places that don't have like kitchens and they just have a liquor license, that is against the liquor license. You can bring kids into a place that serves
didn't know that.
food, I believe.
Well, they do serve food there.
yeah, but like
They're
kids,
pizzas.
but that's they pop it into a little oven. It's not like a full kitchen. So.
I didn't know that, but maybe Alabama's onto something. You can be parents.
You think that Alabama's also going to be like, and also we will allow you to reap the financial benefits of this?
No,
I don't
they're
think
basically
so.
like this. We invented windshield wipers, and we offered nothing positive to the universe after that. Here's the thing. I love Huntsville, Alabama very much. I grew up about an hour and 15 minutes north of Huntsville. People who I'm so close to or my family who live in Huntsville, I have entertained moving there, and then every time I've thought about buying a house there, something like this happens. Like I go to church. I'll drive you there. Do whatever you want to do. But the guy quoted the justice of the Supreme Court there quoted Bible verses in his decision.
Yeah, I think they forgot about the separation of church
Yeah,
and state.
well, here's
stuff.
the thing. COVID didn't exist there. I went there like 2 months into the pandemic, and people looked at me like I was a communist because I was wearing a mask.
Yeah, I got looks
Yeah.
for wearing a mask recently on a plane. But I was like, guys, like what I realized through the pandemic is that I should be wearing a mask every time I'm on a plane because outside of COVID, every time I traveled, I was getting sick.
Do you get sick when you travel?
Yeah.
I never do.
Oh, well, lucky.
But everybody else does
Yeah.
because I'm not wearing a mask. No, here's the thing. I don't care what you do as long as you. But here's the thing. I kind of understand it. It's a hard thing to get your mind around because I don't want to be forced to, have my frozen embryos included like in my tax returns and stuff like that. I don't want them to be considered my children. But at the same time, there are some things that are for the greater good, like wearing masks during a pandemic. So I totally get it. People are like, well, my beliefs are, I don't believe science. I believe that Satan put dinosaur bones into the earth's crust to make us doubt God's existence, which somebody told me once. Which you don't know. Maybe he
Was
did.
it Keith Urban?
Yeah, no, it wasn't Keith Urban. It was an actor I worked with, though, that I'm not drunk enough to tell you about. I don't want that fall out. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, people who are feeling... Oh, who is that? Maybe it's him. It's this fucking telemarketer that's been calling
Answer
me.
it.
Okay, they're very persistent. Let me see what they want. Hello?
Put it up to the mic.
Hold on.
That's a body snatcher. They're tapping in right now.
This sounds like it's like the beginning of an alien movie.
Yeah.
Like, It's people all across the country.
And-
like we're just happen to be doing our podcast, and everybody gets the same call. And
Yeah.
it's all.
And everybody watching the movie's like, why didn't he hang up the phone right away? You're like, what is this?
Anyway, that person's been calling me like every day, like twice or 4 times a day. So now I've dealt with it.
Yes, it seems like the situation has been resolved. Check.
Day done.
Now all you have to do is go to UPS.
All I have to do is go to UPS and return something to
Nordstrom
Nordstrom Rack, and then I'm done for the day. Oh, so I was going to ask you this. So a part of this podcast, and we're definitely going to do this in bonus stuff. Like I would love to use this as an opportunity for self-improvement, and one of those things is to do things that we are afraid of doing. And I'm afraid of needles. I'm also afraid of. Subconsciously afraid of going places I've never gone before. Not like traveling, but like I've never, like if I have to go to like a new neighborhood that I've never been to, like, and I don't know the roads. Like I build up little fears. Like what if my car breaks down, or like just dumb stuff, right? I was telling Kelly that last night I woke up in the middle of the night and started becoming obsessed with an earthquake, and then I had to take my bedside tables off because I didn't want to be crushed. I was like, I'm also terrified of being killed in a stupid way.
He doesn't want to be embarrassed post-mortem.
I really don't. So
Like, this classic DJ Qualls getting
exactly,
crushed by a 40-pound lamp.
Yeah. And my bedside lamps are 40 pounds each. I bought them from a dead person in Florida. And they're these giant bronze candelabras. Like it looks like I'm sleeping in Dracula's castle.
Yeah.
So
And you do sleep on your back with your arms crossed.
I do. I sleep with my back and my arms crossed. I do. I'm not joking. I wake up in the same position I fall asleep in. I barely move. Yeah. What we're talking about?
Here,
What I have to do tomorrow.
Scared.
So I'm going to San Diego this weekend, and I'm leaving tomorrow. And the train, the Surf Rider train that goes from downtown Los Angeles to downtown San Diego isn't working. And so it's partially bus service, and it sold out really quickly because most of the trains are canceled. So I'm taking a Greyhound bus, and I'm not afraid of taking a bus. I hear they're quite nice, but the pickup is in a parking lot in the middle of downtown LA. And for those of you who don't know, Angelinos, you know that scene in Clueless where they accidentally drive on the freeway and everybody's panicked? That's how we feel when we wind up downtown. So I'm kind of nervous about it. And I was going to ask you, I saw today that some tickets popped back. Do you think I should face this fear and actually just go get dropped off by an Uber? And the thing is, I can't triangulate where this thing is. I'm worried that I'm going to have to walk around with my luggage in downtown.
Yeah.
Do you think I should cancel it and just eat the $40 ticket, or should I and book the train that I know about, or face my fears and go and take? Have you ever taken a Greyhound, either one of you?
Yeah.
I took a bus through South America.
Wow, he's brave.
Was it scary?
Yeah.
Dude, I think, yeah, and I don't mean brave in like I'm worried about, I mean, of course there's always a worry for your safety.
I'm not worried about getting robbed.
But for me, my fear with public transportation
On the
is
bus.
getting lost. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing.
like even when I go back to Chicago, because I was never an adult living in Chicago, I don't have a great knowledge of how the subway system works and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I would rather just get an Uber because I don't want to be carrying around my shit going, oh fuck, I went 12 stops the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's more of missing the bus than any. It's a nebulous fear. So in 2015, I missed 16 flights because the airport is always way over there. And so it got to a place where
It's moving around every fucking time, but it's always way over there.
So I got to a place where it started to look unstable.
Yeah.
And so I stopped doing that, and now I take a lot of pride in making a scheduled ticket for something for transportation. I just have this thought. I mean, my Uber driver's not going to hang out with me. He's going to drop me off, and it's on the corner of Cesar Chavez and Vignes, and and everybody says don't go into the train station. It's somewhere else, but nobody will tell me where the somewhere else. It's in a parking lot.
Well,
and I Google
what website
Earthed it.
did you
I Google
buy these
Earthed
off
it.
of?
Pornhub. I Google Earthed it, and I can't figure out where it is.
Yeah. Is there like it's like, is it number 105?
Oh, and there are also other stakes here. If I miss that bus, then the next bus is in like 2 hours, and and there's no train situation after that.
Yeah. I mean,
Should I just go and face my fears?
no. Doesn't sound like it.
But I'll lose $40.
Yeah, but you would lose your mind if you fucking missed the bus and then had to wait for 2 hours and
I
then
hate running.
it's like, yeah. I mean, I didn't anticipate that you were gonna run, but
To make a bus? I've ran places before.
really, to make a bus.
Well, I've never, not to make a bus.
Because imagine if while you're running to catch the bus, a car hits you and you die. Like, that's an embarrassing way to die.
Nah.
Getting hit by a car running to
Or
catch
it
a
could be
bus.
looked at that I'm so committed to being on time.
That's what they'll write about you.
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't we'll ask Siri about it. Hey Siri, flip a coin. Heads is, I'll do it. Otherwise.
You just influenced her.
Hold on.
probably.
I just hold on. I just influenced Siri. So heads is I hate these headphones. I like them because I can hear myself, but you can't tell that I just got a haircut. Hold on one second. And so heads is I'm going to take a bus, and tails I'll take the train. Hey Siri, flip a coin.
It's tails.
What was it?
Train.
Yeah, I'll take the train. Now watch, I've gone through all this, and by the time
Tickets sold out.
it's sold out.
Well, if you do take the bus, make sure to take some videos and tell us how you're doing.
It's gonna be fine. The thing is, I want to reiterate, it's not an elitist thing. I take public transportation all the time. I take it in New York, Paris, wherever I am. I love public transportation. I hate driving.
Yeah,
Kelly drove me here today.
I'm your chauffeur.
We need to start driving in silence. By the time I get here, I'm talked out. We've literally talked about everything that I'm like, stop talking to me.
But you're the one who brought everything up.
I know.
He would start telling me what happened last night, telling me detailed stories, and then I ask a question, and he goes, "I want to talk about this on the podcast. Stop talking to me."
We got our asses handed to us at trivia. Did I tell you we went to a place last night for trivia? Kelly didn't go with me, which also made me feel like Joan Crawford in Mommy Dearest in 1981. I think that's Faye Dunaway doing that. I think it's a gay. That's they play that without the sound on in gay bars all the time.
Well, I mean, because people can just quote it out.
Well, it's campy
Yeah,
as
it's
fuck
camp.
too. But we went to a place last night in Burbank for trivia called what's it called? The something.
The Roguelike.
Roguelike Tavern. And we walk in, and everybody in there looks like a virgin, so I knew we were going to lose. That is the number one thing. When you walk in and everybody looks like virgins, you're going to get your ass kicked in trivia.
Yeah. That's true.
And we got our
that was
asses.
the same at the other bougie trivia that we went to that one
It's
time.
always the way. Virgins know everything.
And where we do trivia, it's like we're surprised people are still making it through sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of our trivia where we play regularly, people have 2 points out of possible 180 points. It's very casual, and we win. But we went there last night and got our asses handed to us. But the bartender told me that I was an answer to trivia there 2 weeks before.
That's fun. What was the question?
I didn't ask because his name was JJ. Hey JJ. But I was just so flattered by it. So I'm coming from the high of being on the trivia thing and then wake up and see that you are so excited about talking to Keith Urban. I'm like, nothing I do is good enough for this woman.
Yeah, right. I brag about you all the time. Speaking of making sure DJ feels like he gets his flowers, does it make you uncomfortable if I show a video that was made about you on TikTok?
Oh my God. Am I in it?
Well, there's one that you're in, and there's one that's somebody talking about how they met you.
Oh, is it?
No, it's not.
It's not a seedy way?
No.
I did.
I definitely know what you said.
Do you really know what I said?
Nope.
I didn't. Okay, this is not fun for people listening. I did something really, really, really ill-considered in 2000 something that I told you about the other day, where I placed an ad for something. It wasn't sex. Actually, I would brag about that. Okay, I'll remind you after the podcast. This is something I don't want to tell on myself.
Yeah, no, and if you hate it, we can just edit this part out.
Yeah.
Okay, go to
this episode's going to be 15
first
minutes
go
long.
to the DJ edit. This is just somebody who just likes.
I watch it with
you
my
and
glasses
made a
off.
little-
Ladies.
Well, what do you want, Top Gun?
I've never seen any of this.
Oh, that's
stuff.
super. It's because you're not my fan.
I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom.
This is from Supernatural.
Yeah. So they love you there. Okay, but that's just to
That's
get
nice.
us warmed
I've
up.
seen a lot of those.
But go to what do you want? Selfies or bearded dragon?
Oh, that has to be from. I remember that. That was
Remember the bearded dragon?
Yeah, I wanted a bearded dragon for a long time after that.
Yeah, this is you talking about how you want a bearded dragon.
But I can't take care of a bearded dragon. That's why I think embryos as children are such good ideas.
So I am usually afraid.
Wait, no, I thought this was from a TV show where I had a bearded dragon.
Yeah.
Love this guy
Oh,
and want a bearded
Do you remember
pause this for a second. The reason why. Oh, don't pause it like that though.
What do you mean like that?
Okay, that's better. So the reason, so this was at a horror convention in North Carolina, and there was a whole reptile show going on next door, and her partner is a really, really handsome snake guy, and he came over, and I wanted to go hang out with him. So I let things crawl all over me for that.
Yeah, I'm terrified of snakes. I think I could do the dragon. But.
The coolest thing was a giant frog. This frog was like the size of a dinner plate. It was like a big dinner plate.
Medieval times dinner.
I would be a terrible witness in a trial. Although
the size of it was like an 1800s gold porcelain plate by whatever the fuck his name was.
I would be excluded and then beaten to death.
Like he's so detailed, but such a fucking pompous asshole about it.
Speaking of,
You would call that gold?
no,
Well,
speaking of describing things to the police. Do you know who C. Thomas Howell is? Have you seen Obliterated?
yes, I told you to watch Obliterated,
Okay.
and then you fucking.
Okay, Isaac, have you seen Obliterated?
I don't know.
So it's
Very fun.
it's like an elite tactical group of people who are like in their early 30s. Everybody's hot. Yeah. So Kelly recommended it, and I don't believe anything she says, and so I started watching it, and I loved it because you don't care about any of these people, but it's super entertaining.
Right.
But C. Thomas Howell was in Outsiders, and I loved that movie as a child. I loved the book, and S.E. Hinton wrote it when she was 14 years old. And as an adult, I've gotten to be friends with her. And so like I have a lot of reverence for everybody connected to that. And then C. Thomas Howell stumbles out of the bathroom and is naked for like the most graphic male nudity that I've seen in quite some time, that I can close my eyes right now and tell you the dimples in his balls are. Like I could police sketch artist describe this and get a lifelike picture drawn out of it. Do you remember that part?
In Obliterated?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course I remember that part.
But
I
I think it's good though. I am being asked more and more when I consider full frontal, and I would, of course, I totally would, but you have to pay me for it.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're going to be naked, you should get like $250,000 nudity bump for it.
I don't know what your managers are doing, but if you need, I will make sure you get paid for any job you do.
No, paid for being naked.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Because I had a friend who did an art film and had to be full frontal naked in it, right?
Was it Saltburn?
No. That actually, I love Saltburn.
Yeah, I like it too.
No, but I'm not going to mention him. But he did it, and we were all like this. We've all seen you naked, and this is not a good idea for you. No.
Oh yeah.
And so he did it, and here's the problem: his penis to thigh ratio is off. So
that's
like,
rough. I hate when that happens.
So I present bigger than I am because my thighs are so small.
Right.
So when people make fun of me for being thin, I look at them with a knowing look. Because I know how I present. But anyway, he shouldn't have done that, and it wrecked his career for like 5 years.
Oh damn.
Yeah. I don't remember I was talking about that, but clearly it was on my mind. Oh yeah.
Because he came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend of mine is one of the EPs of this show.
That show. Mm-hmm. Is it coming back for a second season?
I don't know.
It's
There's no fucking way.
yeah. So I haven't finished.
No, it was like honestly a very entertaining and fun show.
It's just it's
Yes, it was.
It's pop trash.
Yes,
what it is. I like pop trash.
It's one of those where you're just like it was just a level of ridiculousness that we haven't seen but
if you're searching for meaning,
that they were
in
on the joke.
Yeah.
Which is what I appreciate.
Yeah.
Like when things are like, and this is what
I
I've
thought
told
it
you
was
about a
well
script
acted.
recently. I was like,
people were the appropriate amount of big. especially
very
Thomas
big.
Howell.
They're very big, yeah. But I told you about this about a script recently. I was like, this can go one of two ways. Like if they understand what it is and lean into the joke, I think it could be done very, very well.
So
if
she's
they
talking
take themselves
about
too seriously,
I just accepted a movie, and I had Kelly actually read it for me and then tell me about it.
You demanded.
And then I read it. I didn't demand. I suggested it. Because I couldn't hang out with you that night if I had to read it. Was that it?
No, you still didn't hang out with me. I read it at like 11
you didn't hang out with me
PM or
last night
something.
either.
I just said I like reading scripts.
she likes
and
reading
if he
things.
wanted an opinion, I would give him one.
And I was watching The Block.
Yeah, you were busy.
Yeah, and so I had made other plans. So anyway, the log line of the movie, like what it's about, you know, they do like a little one-line summary of it. I was like, no fucking way am I doing this. And then I read it, and it's clever. And especially because the way you saw it, and I knew that I wasn't reading it wrong.
Right.
So I'm doing this. I can't tell what it is, but it seems ridiculous. It's not this, though.
No. Yeah, and this is kind of just like, it almost makes fun of the action genre. Like I just when shows are in on the joke, I like how it's executed, but if it feels too serious to me, I go, oh no, you missed the mark here.
Yeah. I haven't finished the last 2 episodes.
Oh, don't. I'm just kidding.
Why? Is it,
No, I'm
was
just
it
kidding.
awful?
I don't remember.
You
I don't
didn't remember
the
when I
details.
said so-and-so died. You're like, who's that?
Yeah, I mean, with the way streaming is now, it's like things, unless they're like monumentally life-changing and I'm watching them multiple times in a row, I'll forget.
It
what
must be
everything's
awesome.
about.
Also, that must be a good side effect or a good side benefit of being high is that you can watch things and they don't penetrate you.
Yeah, they don't register.
Yeah, they don't. And also,
I have a strict no penetration policy while I'm watching TV. And that's why I get so high.
I used to have that.
All right, well, let's wrap it up for today, and we'll get on to the next one.
All right.
Next week.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah, you can check us out on Patreon for episodes a week in advance, our live happy hours that we're going to be doing, all that stuff.
So the video version of the podcast is on it.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do that, everything we say is Googleable, but it's just another step you have to take. And who wants to do anything?
Patreon.com/loadedpod. And you can follow us on social media at loadedpod.
All right, bye, guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast.
Where things will be misquoted.
And opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause deep